All right, everyone, here we are with another video with Invest for Tomorrow. To all the first-time viewers and investors, welcome to the channel. To all the subscribers, welcome back. All I ask for in return is for you to smash that like button to let me know you watch this video and to stay tuned on in towards the second half of this video, guys. Right after this chart analysis, I have a ticker symbol to share with you guys, as well as the opportunities we found this morning over at the Discord. We hit 4 home runs, 20% plus on the day, and our highest 2 were 30% plus on the day. If that's something that interests you and you want to become part of and you want to know what stocks I watch daily, you're more than welcome to join us. The link is down below in the description, and by joining you'll become part of a growing community of investors all looking to learn and grow together to maximize profits and minimize losses. So here we are with ticker symbol CLOV, Clover Health Investments. CLOV stock, Clover Health Stock, has actually been in a slight sideways movement. I talked about this yesterday. We didn't want to see this just sharply fall down. We want to see if there's a consolidation forming, the 50-day moving average catching up to the price, and this is getting really close to tug-of-war zone. And I also talked about how there's still strength from here, right, way down here at the $9 mark, and here from the $6 and $7 mark. So that's something to always remember, because when you look at things from the peak to where it's at, it looks like things are down. But remember, the bigger picture, it started down here. It didn't start up here. And that's something a lot of investors need to become aware of, because a lot of investors started jumping in around this time, maybe around the after hours here, maybe in the pre-market of that day. And yes, it fell. And either they broke even, or they're holding, or, you know, they cut a small loss and so forth. But investors forget that, you know, there's always history to where things end up. And that's just everything in general. You have to remember where things started, and you need to be aware of where things started and where is it that you're finding out, and are you FOMOing? Are you aware of what you're doing? And how much more do you think things can really go? Because if you don't have a plan, you're not going to know exactly when to exit, when to enter. So it's so important to be aware of these things. Now, I talked about CLOV, and I've shown it over at the Patreon way back when it was at $7 before these squeezes happened here, and it gave us 10 to 30% opportunities. And I talked about it again on the way down when it was back at $7 and some change. So we knew about this one pretty early on, but without knowing how far it could go. I knew it had upside potential in my personal opinion based off my due diligence and research and what analysis ratings were saying, but this turned out to be massive to the upside. So you always want to remember, like I said, the story. The story started way down here, and we're right now a little bit above it, 100x actually, not 100x, 100% above it. So it's so important to be aware of that it looks like there's weakness, but this is up from way down here. And this is actually healthy strength, especially at this tug-of-war zone. So the 50-day moving average is 1559. Anything below it is bearish. Anything above it is bullish. Our support level right here is 1343. If that gets crossed, I would watch very carefully how this is reacting, and if the bulls try to reappear and bring it back up, or are the bears tearing this one down fairly fast. Now, the highest point of the day is a resistance level that lands in bullish territory, and that's 1628. So if the bulls break through the 50-day moving average, 1628 is the next goal. And then the next resistance level that I would really watch is the highest point of yesterday before the fall and this consolidation here. And that's up here at 1865, 1863, give or take. So those points do need to be broken through to pull further away from the 50-day moving average and the bulls start gaining leverage to the upside. If you learned something new, don't forget to subscribe, click on the bell so you don't miss a single video that I post. Share this with the friends so they can receive the insight as well. And stay tuned. All I ask for is 3 to 5 more minutes of your time to share with you guys a ticker symbol you won't want to miss. That's already up 30% plus since I've mentioned it, as well as the ticker symbols and home runs that we hit this morning over at the Discord. Our 2 highest ones were 30% plus. And if that's something you want to become part of and you want to know what stocks I watch daily, the link to the Discord is down below in the description. We look forward to having you join us. So the ticker symbol I have to share with you guys today is one that I've mentioned back in March, and I knew it had a little bit of more room to pull back, which I stated in the message. I messaged this one out on the Patreon as well as here on the YouTube channel, and since then it's gone up anywhere between 30% to 50% up from those levels. So we're going to look at that chart and how it's reacting right now, because I believe there's more upside, and if it pulls back, it's making the opportunity even bigger, and if it consolidates, it's a great time to start watching it. But before we jump into that chart, I want to share with you guys the opportunities we found this morning over at the Discord. We found 4 home runs, all giving us 20% plus on the day, and our 2 highest ones were 30% plus. If that's something that interests you and you want to become part of, you're more than welcome to join us. The link is down below in the description, and by joining, you'll become part of a growing community of investors, all looking to learn and grow together to maximize profits and minimize losses. So the first one we caught was PTIX at 345. This one actually ran out pretty fast, and this was a very volatile one in the first several minutes of the day, but it jumped up 30% plus. We're going to look at that chart in just a moment. GENE, we caught it at 467. NOVN had a lot of speculation and hype. It was already up 50% in the pre-market, and it still had more room, which we're going to look at in just a moment. We caught that one at 1440, and SENS is a hype stock. I mentioned it before this week, last week, and here we are mentioning it again at 395, and it is one that I would watch with caution, and it turned out to be a home run of 20% plus as well. But let's look at the 2 best home runs we reached on the day, or the highest ones I would say, because they were all the best. It was great today. So PTIX, we caught it at 345. It started running from that point forward, dipped a little bit towards the bell, and took off, giving a highest point of 30% plus at the 420s range almost, right? It was about 418, 419, and that's when the rejection started. So it had enough room to give between anywhere from 5 to 10%, 10 to 15%, and all the way upwards to 30% plus since we caught it. Now, the other stock is NOVN. This had a lot of hype. It was already up 50% plus in the pre-market. As it was pulling back, we mentioned it at 1440, consolidated a little bit, hit the 13s, 1383, and shot up in just a matter of minutes, between 20 to 30 minutes, giving a highest point of 30% plus, guys. This was phenomenal. It came out with the news of phase 3 trials, and it started to build momentum, and inflow started to pick up. So if this is something you want to become part of, and you want to know what stocks I watch daily, you're more than welcome to join us. The link is down below in the description to the Discord, and we look forward to having you join us. So here's the stock you want to add to your watch list. I mentioned this back on March 27th, and it is FUBO, F-U-B-O. This is a stock that was sitting in the 20s, and I had stated that week that if it continues to pull down, I can see this somewhere between $15 to $20. Well, it certainly did that, and it pulled back a little bit below $15. I was pretty close, and since that point forward, it had a reversal. And if we look here at the chart, this is when we mentioned it. This is what we were looking at, and I also was looking at the support of 2067, and if that got broken through, the next point of reference I was looking at was between $20 to $15. It fell a little bit below $15, and since then, it has been working its way up. And if we look at it here together on the chart, it's been working its way up, and it's almost 2x since those levels. I mentioned it way back here in March, pulled back down, kind of consolidated, went a little bit lower, right to the 17s, pulled back up, giving great 5 to 10, 20% opportunities throughout those volatile movements, but pulled all the way down several weeks later to lows here of $14. So I wasn't just looking at it for that week, but I was also looking at it based off the chart over time that it could reach those levels, and it certainly got close to 15, a little bit below it, and since then it has been skyrocketing. So if this consolidates or pulls back in a healthy manner, I believe there's more room here, and especially based off of analysis ratings. If you look at the analysis ratings here for Fubo TV at the time, this has probably changed, I'm not sure. This is based off of March, way back when it was at $21. The low end was $6.50, pulling it down. 42 is the average, and the high is $60. So this is definitely something you want to do more research on and due diligence. This is not financial advice. I'm not here to tell you to buy, sell, or hold any positions of the stocks that I mentioned. I'm just here to enlighten everyone on what I'm watching, and you're more than welcome to join us along the journey. This has 2x since I mentioned it, and also 30% plus since exactly when I started watching it back at $21, guys. So if you want to know what stocks I watch live, you're more than welcome to join us. The link is down below in the description. Thank you guys so much for watching, and let's make some money.